My name is Ronika Jade. Welcome to Just Movies, where we talk just movies. First episode is called We All Scream. That's right, we're going to be talking about Scream 2022, better known as Scream 5. So, I know some people didn't like it, other people liked it, other people, they felt okay, right? I personally thought they did a good job with revamping it. Um, I'd probably give it like a 6 out of 10. Some of my favorite moments. When we see Dewey, and he pretty much called the movie as soon as the new main character stepped into the screen with him, which I thought was funny. Um, but my favorite moment was the beginning. Jenna Ortega did an amazing job. She's going to be a phenomenal actress. Good things coming her way. I already know. Um, what I dislike, I hated the fact that they killed Dewey. Hated it, hated it, hated it, hated it. Definitely one of my favorite characters. Randy was killed in the second one, which pissed me off too. So, you know, uh, there was that. But I think probably the worst part in that movie was the intro. The main character. She just I thought she was really good in the Heights. But I don't know, for this movie, I just felt like she really wasn't given anything. She didn't portray scared. I don't know. Her performance was really lackluster. Jenna Ortega stole the show. Uh, Neve Campbell stole the show. Courtney Cox stole the show. Anybody she was next to pretty much stole the show from her. So I don't know. And then the her being connected to Billy was cool. That was cool. I like how they kind of circled back to how these people connect to the original. So I thought that was nice. I also love the little plug when Richie was was that his name? Was that his name? Richie? Well, the boyfriend. I'm pretty sure that's his name, Richie, but I don't know. When he was looking on YouTube, looking at all the stat movies or whatever, if you carefully look, there's a little part that shows Hayden Panettiere's character, um, Kirby, from the fourth one. And that got me super excited because I was like, oh my God, are they going to bring her back? I hope so. Because I never thought she was dead. I was like, you didn't show her die. Nobody ever said she died. And so seeing that clip pretty much confirmed that she made it from the fourth one. So I'm pretty excited about that. Um, the motive. Okay. Scream is super meta, and that is the point of the movies. That was always the point of the movies. So they definitely stayed on track. Some people think it was just way too meta. I mean, yeah, but the point they were trying to make about toxic fandom, that kind of made sense. And I honestly kind of had to do some digging about it to actually make sure I knew what they were talking about. But I don't know. I really thought they hit the nail on the head when it comes to toxic fandom because people are so invested into these series, these big movies that as soon as you get it wrong, they complain about every single detail. And it's just like, oh my God, get over it. It's just a movie. In some parts, okay, I understand. It's like, okay, uh, but why? You're making it ridiculous. And, you know, I mean, case point, Scream 3. They had it be one killer, which made absolutely no freaking sense. It made no sense. The the girl that said she with the short hair, In the third one, that said that she slept with that old man so she could get that part was supposed to be the second killer. And I don't understand why they didn't. And to make it to where that is her brother, I don't know. It was just too much. And for him to do it all by himself didn't make no sense. Everything overlapped, but that's for another episode. I'll talk about that in another episode because that's a whole issue within itself. But again, motive. Some people thought the motive was stupid. Some people thought it made sense. I was in between. It was like, oh, it makes sense. Would somebody kill for that? Oh, I don't know. But in this day and age, with how people are and this generation, maybe. Okay? I personally guessed who the killers were pretty easily. As soon as I saw the poster, I guessed the guy killer, the boyfriend, before I even knew he was the boyfriend. I was like, oh, he has a killer face. As soon as I seen him, he's a killer. I already know. And then it was confirmed once we found out he was the boyfriend. Okay? Who else guessed him? Probably everybody. And then the second one, the girl, what was her name? Amber? Yeah. I guessed her being the killer during the hospital scene when they first, when they were all gathered around Jenna Ortega's character. And the sister came to see her. And Amber just got so angry. And I was just like, why are you more mad than the sister is? Like, calm down. And I was like, I think she a killer. But then I was like, I don't know. They made it seem like it could have been Randy's kids. And I'm like, they wouldn't have done that to Randy. They made it seem like it was Wes. What's his name? From Dylan Minette's character. And I was like, nah, because they named him Wes because of Wes Craven. So they definitely wouldn't have done that. And so I was like, well, it's not going to be the girlfriend of the brother, the Randy's nephew. I was like, well, it ain't going to be him. So it got to be her. And then during the scene when they went to the basement, that just solidified it. I was like, yeah, she's definitely the killer. So guessing the killers was pretty easy, and it was because it was the boyfriend and the best friend. Now, how they knew each other, I have no freaking clue. They explained it, but it still didn't make no sense. I was just like, okay, whatever. It's better than the fourth one. Like Emma Roberts, her being the killer was a pretty good twist there. But the guy, Charlie, I was like, okay. Just because he's upset that Kirby didn't show him no attention. Like, that's high school, dog. Like, what does this have to do with anything? But okay, whatever. They had to make someone else. Yeah, I was so happy that Sydney's came back. I'm a little bummed she's not going to be back for the next one, but we'll see. Gail, I know she's coming back, so that'll be cool. Side note, how do y'all feel that it's going to be based in New York? Kind of weird, but we're going to see. We're going to see. I'm going to see it, and I'll figure out if I like it or not, if it makes sense. So, yeah, the connections that they made to old characters. With Stu's nephew. I don't know. I was a little shocked that they killed him. He seemed like a creep, but I was like, he's too much of a creep to be a killer, so it makes sense that he's not the killer. But it was just like, but why you kill him so easily? He could have like came back and been, I don't know. They could have done something with that, especially with old girl being Sam being the daughter of Billy. Like, did Stu know that Billy had a daughter, and that I'm sure Stu knew that Billy was cheating on Sydney. Sydney didn't even look surprised. So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like they could have done something with that. And I know Matthew Lillard talking about something. He's not dead. It's been confirmed, sir. You're dead. You're not coming back. Stop it. Um, but I will say the way they killed him was gangster. I was like, dang, he just did one little quick slip. That was cool. And then ran him over. Um, yeah, I don't know. The way they killed Dewey, I'm still so upset. I know I said it earlier, but I'm so mad. Like, that could have been, I don't know. I'm just saying you gotta kill a legacy character. You can't kill Sydney. Come on. And I don't want Gail to die either. But Dewey? Dewey? David Arquette, how could you? How could you? Oh my God, I love Dewey, but I guess they said he's been stabbed so many times and he keeps surviving them. That's because Dewey is a thug. Like, come on. He gets stabbed crazy amounts of time and he still be living. You can't kill him. Like, why would you do that? I mean, I talked to my sister about it. She was like, I'm not ready. I don't want to. She didn't like it. I didn't like how they did that. But that hoe died. So it's okay. They avenged him. I don't know. I somebody else could have died. I didn't want Dewey to die. I, I, I'm still getting over Randy. Like, and they even came out and said that they wished that they didn't kill Randy in the second one. So I'm like, so you gonna make the same mistake and kill Dewey? Like, what is this? What is this? Whatever. Um, but yeah, like in all the movie was cool. I thought that they didn't do too much. I thought it was crazy, like dark. It was way darker than the other ones. But I guess they also had to try to cater to this new generation who's more on the like in movies like The Babadook, like Jenna Ortega's character talked about in the beginning. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not into those movies. They're not really that scary. Uh, I haven't even seen The Babadook, so I can't really say. But I just wasn't interested. A lot of the scary movies they have out recently, I'm not interested. And some people ain't interested in Scream, and that's fine. But 90s horror was just different. Uh, just like this horror now, it's different. But it is what it is. People like what they like, and that's fine. So back on the meta of it all. Hmm. It can be a bit much, but I mean, that's the whole point, isn't it? To be ridiculously meta and still have these characters make the same mistakes that they talk about in the movies. Like, they know, hey, this is what happens in a horror movie. This is how you survive a horror movie. Yet, they still do shit that they judge from the movies. Right? First Scream, right? Sydney is on the phone with the killer. She was like, the girl runs upstairs instead of running out the front door. It's ridiculous. This is why she doesn't watch horror movies. And what does she do? She runs up the stairs. Now, mind you, yes, she couldn't get the door open. I don't know how. But I have never been in that situation. Hope I'm never in that situation. Okay? But it's like, girl, didn't you literally just say not to run up the steps? And you took your ass up the steps? My gracious. Um, but what else? I mean, also in the first one, and they paid homage to it in this one. Uh, what is his niece's name? Mindy. There we go. Mindy was talking about how, you know, or no, this is what I was saying, where they paid homage to the first one when uh Jamie Kennedy's character was watching Halloween, and she was like, and he was like, Jamie, turn around, Jamie, turn around, and yet the killer was right behind him, which haha, his name is Jamie in real life. Um, he didn't turn around. The same thing happens to Mindy, right? She's watching Stab, and she's like, Randy, turn around. Just turn around. But then she realizes, oh shit, let me turn around. Which that's definitely saved her from getting got, okay? Also, there wasn't that many kills in this movie. Let's see who died, right? Wes, his mama, which I'm still trying to figure that out. Did she have a baby in the fourth one? Because she would have had to have a kid in the first one, but you never knew about him. Because when would the fourth one come out? Fourth one came out in like 2014 or something. Let's see, hold on. 2011. This came out 11 years later. So he would have had to been like 5. Never knew she had a kid. Doesn't really matter because she was working the entire time we saw her and flirting with Dewey. That's ass. Go sit down. He is with Gail. Mind your business. So yeah. Wes and his mama died. Judy. Stu's nephew dies. Dewey dies. And then the 2 killers. But I ain't counting them. So they only killed 4 people. And I'm pretty sure in 1, 2, and 3 more people die. But I don't know. Let's see. Let's look this up. Kills in Scream movies. It's terrible. I don't know how to type. Okay. Let's see. In the first one, 7 people die. In the second one, 10 people die. In the third one, 10 people die. In the fourth one, 11 people die. Okay. And then this new one, 8 people die. So yeah, I think that's the least. And this is if you're counting the killers. This is all if you count the killers, right? So, yeah, because, and by the way, if you look up the kills in Scream 4, Kirby will not be on the list because she's not dead, like I said. But yeah, I don't know. Back to the beta. Mindy was talking about it being a requel. It's not a sequel and it's not a remake. It's just a reboot, really, right? It's like a reboot and a sequel all in one. And if you think about it, that's exactly what Scream 5 is, or Scream. And that's exactly what Halloween did as well, right? Halloween just wasn't meta, right? But Halloween was pretty much a requel. But we'll get into that in a different episode. Okay, I'm not trying to go on a tangent about a different movie. Scream. I mean, they just named it Scream, so pretty much they were like, we're going to do a new trilogy, even though the first trilogy was technically a series because there were 4, But we're just going to erase Scream 3 out of our minds, minus the fact that Sydney married the cop, right? But yeah, they said they're going to make a new sequel from the movies. So Scream is a reboot and a sequel at the same time, because it's definitely an updated version of what Scream was, right? So now it's like we got to think of it as, because they didn't want to recast anybody, which I do like. I like that they didn't recast the legacy characters, because some of these like reboots or whatever you want to call it are really irritating, because it's like I like the characters from the original. Can we keep them? Can they just come back? Why do we keep recasting people? Why do you always have to redo another movie? I'm so sick of them. Like, some movies just need to be left alone. Uh, so the way they're doing certain movies now, I do like that they're keeping the original characters and they're just bringing in new ones. And then the legacy characters can come help them. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Um, some people like that. I definitely do. Because I think some movies just need to be left alone. Uh, and of course, some legacy characters gotta die, and I understand that. But Dewey didn't have to die. But anyway, um, so let's compare this Scream to the other Screams. Okay, so Scream versus Scream 1. I like the motive in the first one more than I like the motive in this one. So in the first one, we know that Billy and Stu. Hold on. We ain't even gonna talk about Stu right now, because he ain't nothing but, he was a ride or die. Okay, he was in it with his Bessie, which I think he probably was in love with him or something. I don't know. But Billy said that he didn't have a motive. That's what makes it scarier. But in actuality, he had a motive, because he said it right after he said he didn't have no motive. And I was like, you clearly ain't hearing yourself. You're dumb as hell. But it's okay. He said it was because of Sid's mother, which he killed her. They killed her. So I'm like, so why are you, if you killed her, the person that is mad, that you are mad at and your anger is at, why are you going after the daughter? You already killed the mother. And you blamed it on Cotton. So why take it even further by stalking and trying to kill the daughter? When in actuality, after they killed Sid's mom, it really wasn't even about her. It was the fact that they was like, wow, I just killed somebody and I got away with it. So I'm going to continue to do it. But you know what? Because Sid is her mama, or her daughter, excuse me, I'm going to mess with her too. We just going to have some fun. Let's just have some fun. Because that's my girlfriend. So might as well. I want to kill all these people. They killed Casey because she broke up with Stu for whatever that dude named that they killed in the beginning. Right? Billy was just like, okay, fine. I'll help you kill her. Stephen Orth, that was his name. Like, okay, cool. We'll kill him and her. Both of them. How about that? Let's gut them. That'll be fun. And then also, something that he said to her while he was explaining how he didn't have a motive, yet he had a motive, was the fact that, he said they blame it on the movies. Movies don't make killers. They make killers smarter. Is that true? I guess, like, if you watch movies on, not movies, but the, like, shows on ID or on Oxygen or whatever the other channels are that talk about real life killers that got their inspiration from movies, right? I don't think it makes them smarter. No. He didn't say it makes them smarter. He said it makes them more creative. So that is what it is. Movies make killers more creative. Is that true? It's possible. Movies do come up with some pretty cool ideas of how to kill somebody. They come up with a lot of ideas. But see, the thing is, he's saying it makes them more creative. But what you also see in the movies is that these killers get caught. So, were they planning on getting caught? No, because they were going to blame it on Sid's dad. I don't know how they was going to explain why he killed all these other people. That really didn't make no sense to me. Okay, if, like, his wife was already dead, why would he kill his daughter? Why would he kill Tatum? Why would he kill Casey and Stephen Orth? Why would he kill the principal? Like, they thought process really didn't make no sense. But it's a movie, so that's really all that matters, right? I mean, I don't know how creative they were, considering all they did was call to taunt people, and then they just gutted them. It's not. I mean, it might have been creative in the beginning, but after a while, it just wasn't that creative. Okay, but moving on. So with Scream 2, I'm trying to remember. So Scream 2, the killers was Mrs. Loomis and Mickey. Okay. Now, I think I like Scream 2's motive more than this one as well, right? Because Scream 2's motive was she just wanted to avenge her Billy, which honestly, I just was like, really? You left him though. So I'm not really understanding why you want to come for Sydney. Come for yourself, girl. You left your son. But yeah, I it was like, okay, I get it, but it's like you left him. So how can you even be mad at Sydney? Yes, she killed him. I get it. Your son was crazy though, and you just as crazy. You killed Randy. How dare you? As she said, she got a little knife happy. I was so mad. I could not believe they killed him. I still can't to this day. Ugh. But her motive definitely was better than the newest Scream because hers was really just revenge. Now, Mickey's motive, I mean, he really didn't have one. He just was crazy. And they met online. And it was like, oh, this must have been the black web child because, of course, you don't just meet serial killers online that easily. They hide. And like when you look back, you can figure it out because of things that the killer did and things that he did, right? Especially the camera. And something I never noticed before until I was watching YouTube. I don't remember the YouTube channel, so sorry. But I was watching a review on Scream 2, and you could tell that the killer was a woman because when Randy was killed, there's a lipstick mark on his hand. And it's the same shade as the lady that, Mrs. Loomis, that we found out later, that was talking to Gail. And you realize she never spoke to Sydney. Sydney never saw her because when she revealed herself, Sydney knew who she was. Even with whatever work she had done, she knew who she was. Which is why she never talked to Sydney or wanted to interview Sydney. Which is weird because it's like, if you know about the Woodsboro murders, why would you only be talking to Gail? Every reporter would be trying to get to Sydney because that's what was happening. But she never did. So yeah, he that one was a bit better, just because it was a pretty straightforward motive. For Scream 3, which is just trash. Okay, it was garbage. Okay. Motive for this one, for Scream 2022, Toxic Fandom, was way better. Only because of the fact that who is Roman? Since what is this? They did like a whole Halloween thing, and where in Halloween 2, whoever directed or wrote it decided to make Laurie Strode the sister of Michael Myers. Thank God they just erased that in the new one. But that's the equivalent. It didn't make any sense. She has a brother. Like really? That's all you could think of? Okay, fine. Say she did have a brother. He needed help though. There's no way he did all that by himself. And then that voice changer. In hindsight, it was like, oh wow, that's cool. But how did you get their voices? How was you able to talk like them? How did you get them? What did you do to get them? That's what didn't make sense, right? Okay. Maybe it's just I like the Scream 3 was just trash. Okay. Movie was terrible. All right. My God. It was so stupid. One person didn't do it. The whole theme of Scream is that there's always two killers. Why they decided to just scratch that didn't make no sense. Oh, and also in Scream 2, Sydney's best friend was supposed to be the killer instead of Mickey. And I honestly think I would have liked that better. Because she was close to Sydney. She was in the car with Sydney when they were about to go into Witsec with the marshals. And then they conveniently got headed off by the killer so she didn't have to. And then her getting quote unquote killed. Yeah, I realized that I was doing the air quotes with my fingers. Y'all can't see me. I don't know what I was doing there. But anyway, like her getting quote unquote killed, it would have been perfect. Like they made it seem like it was the boyfriend, but it was like, oh, it was actually your best friend, girl. Now how she would have played into the whole Mrs. Loomis, I don't know. They would have had to figure that out. Could have been the same thing with Mickey, okay? But at least they would have had the best friend come in, and that would have been the thing. But anyway, moving on. Scream 4. Scream 4 was, I think they're a little bit equal, the motive wise. Scream 4, I like the killers better. No, I don't. I like one killer, I don't like the other. And in Scream, I like one killer, I don't like the other. Right? Uh, huh. I don't know. I feel like in Scream 2022, Scream 5, whichever one you want to call it, I feel like the friend, the girl, Amber, had a little bit more reason. I don't know. Because now I'm like, well, why did you come after her in the first place? You went after her sister, Jenna Ortega's character, to get to her. But what's the reason for it? Was it because Billy was her her dad? I don't know. That's still unclear. I'm gonna have to do some research on that one. Actually, let me look it up right now. But okay, Scream 4. Their motive. What was their motive? She wanted to be famous, and his motive was he just wanted a girlfriend, which was so fucking stupid. I'm just like, it's called wait. My God, that is not everything. That just was, I don't know. I feel like they were like, I don't know who else should be the killer, so let's just make it him. Let's just have a puppy dog who kept getting rejected by the friend. So he's like, oh, I'll get her because she's crazy. Sure, I'll do it for her. She showed me some attention. Like, come on now. So, I don't know. I don't know. But like I guess it makes a little bit of sense. It's like because in this day and age, or especially at the time that it came out, a lot of people just wanted to be famous, and they'd do anything to achieve that fame, and they always posted everything. So actually, that does make sense. She was like, "I want to become you, Cindy," which I thought was fire. I was like, "Yeah, that's dope." But yeah, this new one, their reasons. Oh, they wanted to frame Sam because she was just a good scapegoat for because her dad was Billy, the first Ghostface. So I guess that makes some sense. It's like, hey, I just want to go kill people. How about this? Oh my God, we found out that my best friend's sister is Billy. Her father is actually Billy Loomis. We could kill and blame it on her because if he's a serial killer, she's obviously gonna be one. Which the way she killed Richie, yeah, she definitely got it in her, boy. My gracious. So yeah, I feel like Scream 4 and 5 are pretty much equal to me. Uh, yeah, I mean, I thought they were pretty good. Let me know what you think. So I guess it just really just comes back to Scream 1. Do you think that movies make serial killers? Or do you think they just make serial killers more creative?